in your life, the building blocks of life, and you're progressing, make sure you're not also destroying yourself in the process. Whether that be, if you have to steal a loaf of bread, but, to feed your family, but you're stealing and you're taking money. You're taking the loaf of bread that could have been for somebody else who would have actually paid for it, or whatever it is. Just make sure you're not self-sabotaging yourself in the process of trying to better your own life, and however that may be going.
Mash Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Cerbavelli, back in the place to be, La Merca Superior, Palace 81 Studios. We are live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy Mr. Nine Times. Yeah, man, it's I didn't expect to have the last conversation with Dub, so literally it kind of just threw everything off and shit. But first of all, we're gonna do a real quick drip check. Got the dunks, you know what I mean? My first dunks, my first pair of dunks ever. These are the fucking, I think they call them the reverses or whatever the fuck. Yeah, literally back before times, I would look at some shoes like these and be like, what the fuck are those? These are actually killing my fucking right pinky toe right now, because I've been walking around with them. I'm like, oh man, even though these are like super fresh, it's like these are fucking my feet up right now. But like, it's just because I'm used to wearing my work boots, so my foot is used to being in like a Timberland and not a Dunk. I feel like if my toe was healed, or I have a wider foot, so this shit is definitely fucking squeezing the shit out of my feet right here. Lacoste sweats, Navy Imperial, Everlasting tee right here. And then, just a little Jade Hello Kitty bracelet right here. Yeah, man, I really don't know what to talk about other than today's mathematics is November 8th, which is Build Destroy. Whenever you are building anything in your life, the building blocks of life, and you're progressing, make sure you're not also destroying yourself in the process. Whether that be, if you have to steal a loaf of bread, but, to feed your family, but you're stealing and you're taking money. You're taking the loaf of bread that could have been for somebody else who would have actually paid for it, or whatever it is. Just make sure you're not self-sabotaging yourself in the process of trying to better your own life, and however that may be going. We make choices in this life that in the short term are good for us, but in the long term, it's kind of like, you're trying to get that fast money, you're trying to live fast or whatever. But in the long run, you could end up having either certain health problems, whatever consequences of your actions from when you were young or something like that. So just be wise. When you build destroy, be wise. Peace. The motherfucking Dodgers won the World Series. That's why the last episode I wore a Dodgers hat, but I'm not wearing any hat because it's my work day. This is a day where it's like I'm on my work day, but I'm doing a podcast, so it's like double the work for me. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I could just never stop working at all. So I think I'm gonna make this a super short, super sweet episode for y'all. It might be shorter than usual, but that's probably what a lot of the girls that I used to talk to, they're used to that. They're used to having, short ones on them. Yeah, the Dodgers winning the World Series, man. I'm like totally not into baseball, man. But I'm happy for the Dodgers. I'm happy for LA. I'm glad we could take the championships home and have something to be championing our home team and all that. I'm really not big into sports, but I'm into the Kings. So whenever the Kings win the Stanley Cup again or go to the playoffs, I'll definitely be covering that. I have like I had a Dodgers, either McGruff. I think I had a McGruff. I think that's his last name. Bobblehead that I gave to my teacher. And then I got a Dodgers bobblehead. I want to say from this girl. And I don't know why. Or I don't know how I got this. I don't know. I don't know how. But I have a Dodgers bobblehead somewhere in my house. And I don't even know what player it is. It's probably not no big player. Like I wouldn't even know who the players are, but they won in New York, and I guess people were complaining they should have won at home or whatever. Had they won the Yankee game before that, they would have won at home and shit. But it's like, who cares, bro? I feel like that would have deterred people from fucking up Los Angeles, because a lot of people took to the streets when the Dodgers won and started just mob mentality fucking the whole city up. So people were like borderline rioting, and there was actually a bus out there that got spray painted and fucked up. They set it on fire. Complete carnage of this bus. And I'm thinking to myself, those buses aren't paid for by some billionaire dude that just wants to help give us free rides. This fucking bus was paid for by all the taxpayers everywhere. I don't know, in Cali or at least in Los Angeles, but we paid for that bus, and we fuck it up after we won the World Series. I get if the Yankees won and we just say fuck it, we're just gonna go throw everything out the window, I would understand that. But guys, we paid for this bus and we fuck it up. Close to a $1 million bus burned to smithereens. If we have 1 million people here, right, in Los Angeles, let's just all get together and put $1 in a pile. Light that shit on fire. If you've ever seen $1 million go in flames, that's what it would be like. So whenever, like, going back to build, destroy, the whole building process was we won the fucking World Series. The destruction part was we fuck our own shit up in the process. For what? Dumb fuck of the week goes to the city of Los Angeles. For number one, we got what we wanted and we destroyed our own city, parts of the city in the process. Dumb fucks of the week. Dumb fuck of the week goes to the city of LA. I don't understand how that happens. I don't want an explanation. I don't care. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, bro. It really doesn't. Like, why do people think it's okay to have this mob mentality? They see someone else go, oh, they're fucking some shit up. Let me go fuck some shit up. As soon as one person runs into a store and steals some shit, a whole gang of fools go in and start stealing shit. I never got that. That's why I got toys in a toy box, because it's just like, you ain't gonna run up on me and think everything is gonna be sweet. Like, I'm gonna die for mines, defending mines. But we're in such a sheep fucking society of people who can't think for themselves and only care about themselves. It's so weird, bro. You would think if you were so selfish, you wouldn't be so easily persuaded by other people and things, but people are such fucking sheep. And it's crazy, bro. I don't know, man. The World Series is cool that we won, but it's not okay that we fuck our own shit up in the process. Going back to the dunks, man, the fucking Wu dunk highs, or Wu-Tang high top dunks, they're coming out tomorrow. and I super yeah, the Nike Dunk High Retro Premium. Oh my god, these are some sexy ass. I just bought 2 pairs of fucking Nikes, and here Nike goes. Here I am gonna buy another pair of Dunks, and Rizzo was right. Nike is king, bro, because you look at famous fucking shoes, and Nike got them. Air Forces, fucking Dunks, Jordans, whatever it is. I'm missing a whole bunch of, for me, Air Monarchs. Those are the most comfortable shoes. There's way more Air Maxes. There's way more Huaraches, Nike Techs, whatever it is. Nike's king, bro. I don't walk around and see too many, especially like in middle school when people were getting fly. Never really saw too many people outside of that. Like if you were fly, you were rocking some sort of Nikes, whether that be any of what I just said. The prettiest girls were rocking Jordans in middle school for me. High school was a bit different. But I think for me, I've always been like in high school, or just in general, I've always been like a hipster. Anything that was cool, I try to rock outside of that. Now I'm seeing like the flyness of what it was, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find my steez in that. So I got the Tech Harras and these Dunks and shit, which are so outlandish to me, like so cartoony. But I was like, you know what? Let me just buy them and see what fit I could throw on with them. And this is cool right here, but I feel like I'm gonna need some sort of like pink or like a highlighter color or something, or maybe match with the teal or something. Get my flyness up. Like I said, man, I feel like I'm moving into the stylist phase, and I gotta represent with whatever I can with what I have, and just go out there and see the wave, the trend, and just build my own. Going back to building what I can from the culture. I feel like I'm halfway selling out, but then not really, because it's like I'm gonna be doing what I want to do anyway. So I have Fila's, Pumas, Adidas, Timberlands, and I'm just about, like I said, I'm about getting fly, man. I'm not trying to go and be like everybody else, even though that's kind of what it is. I just feel like I'm into this. I say I'm in a transformative transitional period in my life, but that's just life. Life is just a period of you progressing. And if you're not transitioning in your life, if you're not progressing, if you're not building in your life, what the fuck are you doing? Even if it's just the destruction, going back to destroy, even if you're decaying and regressing and going down, at least you have a chance of building. But if you're just stagnant, if you're just one way, you're wearing the same things, doing the same thing, working the same jobs, eating the same things, just you're stuck in this pattern of the same. What are you really doing, bro? I don't think like that's healthy for anybody. I think you always got to progress. You always got to find, even if it's just the littlest things, to just, these whatever, these tires for the car, the fucking, those cherry scented things, make the car smell better, buy new furniture, or fucking buy, you don't have to buy shit, but just do something different. Or in your personal life, like work on communicating or dropping off luggage, or shadow work, self-help, or talking with your homies, building with the homies. Me and Dub, we were talking for like almost 5 hours or some shit on the phone early in the morning, or last night to early in the morning. And he was literally falling asleep on me. And I was like, bro, I'll let you go right now. Like, it's cool. I'm about to go to sleep anyway. He's like, nah. Like, I'm like, no, bro, like, you're going to sleep. I'll talk to you, I'll talk to you. We'll link up next week type shit. You know what I mean? And I think that's just the beauty of life. The beauty of life is always building towards a better tomorrow. Wu-Tang, going back to Wu-Tang, man. I love Wu-Tang so much. And that's why I think I've been listening to them again, because they brought so much joy in my life that anytime I bump Wu-Tang or watch a RZA interview or any Wu interview, it's like it brings me such joy because it brings back fond memories of me like discovering and finding myself. What's up, Presley? Presley. Hey, boy. You want to say hi to the guy, Jared? Say hi to them. You good? Yeah? You're good all the way? Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at that. Stay here with me. Stay. I was just talking about how Wu-Tang is forever, buddy. Do you like agree with that? That Wu is forever? Wu-Tang is for the children? Yeah? Look at that. He's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful scene. Oh, Presley's birthday, buddy. Your birthday's coming up. It's actually the 13th is what? In 5 days? Right? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, buddy. Wow. Your birthday fell on an off day, buddy. My birthday's on an off day. Your birthday's on an off day. What do you want to do, buddy? You want to do some things? Ooh, you want to do some things? Yeah. For Presley's birthday last year, I think I just got him like some cookies, but I think I have to go all out. Now, this time, I really feel like I'm going to have to buy him like a new fit, some new kicks, get you some Chihuahua Dunk ones or something like that. But you want some Chihuahua Dunk ones? I'll get them for you. I'll make them for you. I don't give a fuck, buddy. My best friend. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He was the G. I can't believe you're not going to be 11 anymore. That's so crazy. To be honest, buddy, the time flies so fast, but I feel like the time goes by so slow for you. You good? Yeah? I feel like with you, buddy, I feel like we were meant to be in each other's lives as best friends forever, hermanos, para siempre. You understand? Because you're awesome. You're like, this is what I love about dogs. Dogs, I think I've seen this somewhere, but dogs can't speak because they show their loyalty through actions or something like that. One of the greatest quotes of all time. Like, they smoked that shit. Whoever figured that one out. Like, I'd said this before. Dogs, they don't know how to lie to you, talk shit about you. Dogs don't know how to backstab you. Dogs just know, like, 2 or 3 things. They know how to love you, how to be your friend, and be loyal. You know, dogs are the ultimate siempre fi, cocksuckers, as Joey Diaz would say. The ultimate semper fi, bro. And you know, my best friend over here, he's getting a little older, and that's why, like, I made him bougie. Like, fucking, he gets like the best meals. I get him the best fucking, what is it over here? The best eats or whatever, like dog food and all that, because I really rock with my boy. And I don't know, I can't remember if I basically told the story of how we got Presley, but when I was young, when I was still a teenager, hold on, stay here, you're good. You know, this is when me and my sister were real tight. So my tia Laura, shout out to Mufasa, his mom, they had a Chihuahua. I forgot her name. But that dog had a litter. Like, I want to say she's no longer with us, before she passed away. And in that litter was a cute little puppy that was kind of like the runt. Everyone was looking at every puppy except this particular little pup. And the litter, I don't know what happened to the litter. They were all given away or whatever the fuck. But basically, my tia Laura gave the puppies to my grandma. And one day after school, I'm kicking it with everybody, with the puppies. We're all playing with the puppies. And my grandmother wanted my sister to take one of these puppies. She was like, please, like, I don't want any dogs. Just take them. They're yours. And we took this special puppy in a box, in a cardboard box, to the house. I love when you do that. We took this special puppy to, your breath smells, bro, to our house. We had a sarape in the bathtub, and that's where this puppy lived or slept for, I want to say, like maybe 1 or 2 years. And then the puppy started sleeping with this puppy. So one day after school, I had just got kicked out of my class or my high school or whatever. And I started going over here to Ontario. And one day my sister picks me up from school, and I see this puppy prop its head up. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot that we got the dog. And it was my sister driving the puppy and me. And the puppy was on me and, you know, was licking me and happy to see me. And I said, do we have a name for the puppy? And my sister looks at me and goes, Presley. And that's the story of how we got you, boy. Exactly. That's right. That's how we got you. That was the story. I've told you different renditions of this story many different times, but that's how we got you. And we've been best friends ever since. Huh, buddy? We've been best friends. Best friends forever. You're so awesome. I don't think I've ever told that story on here now that I think about it. But yeah, he's going to be 12. And it's like boys for life. I cried like a bitch when I took Presley for a walk and it was hot, and I think he like just had like heat exhaustion or something, and he just laid on the floor like, I can't do this shit anymore. And I took him to the vet, and I think he was just like, he had like a heat something, like not no heat stroke, not nothing crazy where he needed crazy attention, but just like, you know, he was hot. And his recovery was real slow, but now he's really good. He still can't fully go up the stairs because he's just getting old. So at some point, I think I'm going to be sleeping downstairs or something like that, because, you know, me and Presley sleep together like he's my best friend. So fucking, I don't know. I think it's just wild. You love dogs, or at least I love dogs. And Presley's always been like my number one, my best friend. He's my pal. The numero uno, you know, in my life. So we're going to do it big, buddy, for your birthday. We're going to do it big. We're going to get you some bitches, literally. And we're going to do it big, buddy. How do you feel about it? Huh? He's good with it. He's all good in the hood with it. Buddy, I need to touch the Mac, but you're like right here. How do you feel about it? You're good? Yeah? Good boy. What do we have to talk about? Rest in peace to Quincy Jones, bro. How do we not open up with that shit? Quincy Jones, one of the greatest producers of all time. He produced for like Michael Jackson and Motown, I want to say, and a whole bunch of people. But Quincy Jones, he recently just passed away. One of the greatest pioneers in music history of all time. Peace and prayers and condolences to the families and friends and loved ones of Quincy Jones, man. Forever long live Quincy. Let's see. Hey. So this is going to be very controversial, right? But autism and microplastics. Me and the homie, we were talking about microplastics and how they're connected to like autism or like ADHD and things of that nature. Bless you. And it's interesting to me, bro. Very, 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 very interesting of how, you know, I have 2 nieces that are autistic, or 3, I want to say. 3. You know, one of my nieces, she threw a tantrum because her parents don't know how to fucking deal with her. And she literally threw herself against the wall and slammed her head against the wall. Is the wall still fixed, or is the wall, hold on. Let me see. I don't know. I'm not going to go over there to go see it. My fucking niece threw a tantrum, slammed her head against the fucking wall, and made a big hole in the drywall. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm halfway's like gonna cuss my cousin and his girl out. And then the other half, like, are you like, I was just in shock. Like, how the fuck? This is normal? This is just another day for you guys? For you not know how to handle my niece and parenting and all that shit? It's cool for her to just do that? And second of all, it's like, this isn't your house, bro. You should really be on it. Like, if you're gonna behind closed doors not know how to parent your own children, then fucking when you're at someone else's house, have more fucking cool and be like, yo, be on it. Like, yo, I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Fucking, or you don't have to be sorry to me. Like, you don't worry about your own kid. They were totally like disassociating with the whole shit and being like, oh yeah, that's just how it is or whatever. Like, completely detaching themselves from this. I'm like, you know, I could give a fuck if my niece is like hard for you to parent every day, but check this out, bro. That's my fucking niece. And I'm not telling anyone how to parent their kid, but when you fucking have my niece come over, you better have some more fucking respect. I don't give a fuck. You know, you're not gonna come into my house and have my niece out here throwing tantrums and shit and you not give a fuck about it. Who the fuck are you, bro? You know? And granted, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what they go through. I don't want to know what they go through in their life. But when it comes to my fucking family, you better have some fucking respect or we're going to have some problems. You know? It saddens me because I understand that there's special babies in the world and I can dig that. The for every 100, there's one special child. But when it becomes like almost a conspiracy of we have microplastics in the world and it attributes to ADHD and autism and all this shit, that's a problem for me too. It's like, why do we have these things? I don't understand it. There's something wrong that we're doing that is directly having results in our lives. And all three of my nieces that have autism, I feel like are like my grandma, where they're just in their own world. You know, they're not living in this reality, which I think is crazy because that makes them outsiders. They're forever going to be outsiders in the world where people are going to treat them differently just because of the way they are, because of how special they are. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But that's just the reality. Like the rates of all that, of whatever you want to call it, special needs, just special kids in general, is skyrocketed. I think it went from being like 1 in fucking 1,000 or something to 1 in 20 now. And it makes me not even want to have kids. Because what if I have a child and my children, I want children, I want a good family. But what if I have children that succumb to a system that is poisoning itself because of whatever? Maybe I'm selfish for not wanting to have kids for that reason, but I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, I'm still going to want to have children, but there's something we got to do in life, in this reality, that it has to change. Something has to change. And I don't know what the fuck it is, but something really does have to fucking change because it scares me. The rates going up and all that, it ain't cool. Ain't nothing crack-a-lacking about what's going on around here. Just from seeing that, my niece and all that shit, my nieces, it scares me because they're I could understand how as an old man or a woman, you become having dementia and Alzheimer's. Now they're coming out the gate already with mental issues or whatever the fuck. And I don't think that's cool. You know, so from birth to your death, you have special needs. And not that there's anything wrong with that. You know, special needs, whatever, right? But if it's because we're poisoning ourselves with the bullshit in the world, I don't fuck with that at all. And I really feel like we're going to have to go back to living off the land like farmers and shit and get away from plastics or whatever biochemical shits they're putting in the air, or whatever conspiracy theories. It's wicked out there, bro. And I don't think people understand that. Going to conspiracy theories, there's an album I've been listening to, wicked album. It's called Violent by Design by Jedi Mind Tricks. I was put on a Jedi Mind Tricks years and years ago when I just became a teenager. And I didn't listen to the whole album though. I listened to like a few songs off the album, like Eye Against Eye, Heavenly Divine, Speech Cobras, Muerte. Not the whole album though. I was digging back then. Now, as a man listening to the album, crazy as fuck. That's a dope album. And I think it's the only album with Just Allah on the whole project. He smoked that shit. A young Vinny Paz smoked it. Stooped the Enemy of Mankind. Killed the beats, the cuts, everything. I love this album. Let me break it down. It's a very Wu-esque production, sampling. Vinny or Icon the Hologram and Just destroy the album, creating a good mix of Paz's raspy deep presence complementing Allah's higher pitch cadences. The features do well at breaking up the landscape. The skits are enough to leave you wanting more or thinking about life. The subject themes go from violent political antichrist to borderline conscious conspiracy theories that make you think. Very strong and begins to trail off, but not enough to lose me as a listener. RZA could have made a Woo Philadelphia album with this group. My favorite tracks are Retaliation, Contra, Speech Cobras, Heavenly Divine, Muerte, and Deer Hunter. It passes the bulletproof meter, and I give this album a solid A. Maybe not an A+, it's a little dated. I wish the subject matters were a little diverse. That's just me nitpicking the album, but it's a solid A. I really love the album in its entirety. Just a dope album when you're in that, like, you know, you want to be in that underground New York. It's a perfect paint album to go painting, or fucking, you know, when you're chilling with the homies or whatever and you want to listen to some ill shit, this is the album to do it. Message of the day. I feel like we have so many messages throughout the pod, but I'll say just be like aware and be self-conscious of, like, going back to the build, destroy, just be aware. Don't go out there like a dumbass and just take things for granted. Just always be aware, and don't have the blinders on in life, you know, because that's where you're going to start fucking up. You got to see the whole picture. You got to see the whole staircase before you see the first step, you know, because bad things happen when you just live life like a tonto, and you live life not knowing, or living in like this fucking, like, you're blind. Don't be blind, bro. Always be self-aware and self-conscious about the things, people's places around you, because trust me, bro, it's real out here. If it's never been real before, it's definitely fucking real now. And with that, this is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. He wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now.
While the angels fly over my headstone.